Hello, hope you're all well. In this little video, we're going to be going through the seated Tai Chi sequence that I've done with many of you in classes. Remember, I'm not there to see what you're doing, so I'm not there to correct any mistakes that I see you might be making. So please go carefully, as always, do what you can do, and simply don't worry about the rest of it and enjoy the class. So find yourself a chair, a nice straight back chair, any kind of chair will do that's comfortable for you. Remember, you may want to put something underneath your feet, like this, to prop your feet up, or you may even want to put something behind your back in the same way to help you keep a nice upright stance while you're actually going through the exercises. To start off with, we will use our self-massage techniques just to help us warm up. Rub your hands together until your fingers get a little bit warm and tingly. Gently tapping over your face, nice and light, over your whole face, and start to work over your head and down to your neck. A nice steady rhythm. Use one hand or both hands, either way is fine. But now, one hand on your shoulder and the other side. The upper part of your chest. Right on your belly. And then your legs. Now come out of the upright posture for a few moments. Sit back as though you're reclining in a deck chair, feet out in front of you, toes up a little bit, just let your heels fall on the ground. And feel that all-important sense of your weight dropping back into the chair. Feel the support of the chair behind you. Let your breathing quieten. Notice any areas of tightness or stiffness in your body. You may want to regulate your breathing a little bit by just placing your hands on your belly. See if you can feel the rise and fall of your breath, not just in your chest, but right down into your belly. And importantly, just feel how you can sit back, let gravity draw your weight down. Feel the releasing quality that gives you. Now, bring your feet in so they're directly below your knees. Try and have your weight a little bit forwards. You can sit forwards in the chair as I'm doing at the moment. If you feel you need the support for your back, you can sit back. But do try and feel that some of your weight at least is being supported by your feet, as well as by your hips. And look for that same feeling of just gently letting your weight drop down, with your hips sinking into the chair. Feel maybe a third of your weight in your feet. And just allow for that feeling to move gently down through your body, like water draining down through your legs. Have your upper body as upright as you can, but never stiff, never tight. And you'll find that you'll need to be just a little bit forwards to get the support of your feet, so that your posture's like a lopsided pyramid. You've got 4 points of contact, your 2 feet and your 2 hips, and somewhere above that, held up by them, is your head. The rib cage dropping down, your shoulders dropping down. And this time, feel not only the support of your chair, but the support, the natural strength of your body from inside. Now, very carefully and gently, turn your head a little. Try not to force the movement. Have a sense of how much space there is within your body to move. And just let that movement gradually and gently enlarge that space, like water gently eroding the space between rocks. Same thing here, your hands in front of your shoulders, small circles with your elbows. Feel what that does in your ribs and your chest, your upper back between your shoulder blades. And going forwards. And then hands down by your sides, and imagine two round pillars beside you. And let your hands just rest on the front of those pillars, soften your elbows, roll your hands back as though they're sliding around the pillar, and then forwards. And then back and forwards. Now bring your hands up a little bit, and like you're winding up silk thread or cotton thread. Keep the movement going all the way through your arms. Feel a little bit of movement in your shoulders and your elbows, as well as your wrists and your fingers. Go back in the opposite direction. And then rest your hands down. Notice how you're sitting with most of your weight here on the bones at the base of the pelvis, and then just like you're in a rocking chair, tilt forward slightly till you feel more of your weight in your feet. Press gently down to push your head back up. Feel how your legs get slightly compressed, never tight, and then just naturally push you up. At the same time, imagine somebody sitting behind your chair. They've taken hold of your belt, and so they're going to pull you back. And so you feel as though your hips being pulled back into the chair, helping to bring your head up. Feel the weight moving from hips to feet to hips. And then turn just a little bit in your hips, being careful not to twist your shoulders around. So now more of your weight will go into one leg. Same movement, rocking your weight gently forwards and backwards. Turn in the other direction, and same thing towards your other leg. Notice if there's any difference between one side of your body and another. And then this time, go forwards, turn again in your hips, so you gently draw your head and shoulders around in a small circle. The circle should fit within the square that's formed with your feet and your hips at the corner. A nice smooth, fluid movement through your spine and your ribs and your shoulders. And then go back in the other direction again. Come back to the original position. Feel again that stronger feeling within your body, holding you up without straining. And without losing that, pull one knee up, so you raise your heel off the ground, raise your toes, step forwards, put your heel down, and your toes, and press the foot very gently into the floor, and then back. As though you're stepping onto soft sand and you're just pushing down gently. Feel the contact with the floor beneath your foot. And again, on the other side, raise your knee, then your toes, push out, don't strain in your leg, don't lock your knee out fully straight. Good, now come back to the original position. Let your hands drop down by your sides. Once again, tilt forwards, and this time let your arms follow the movement, sweeping out in front of you a little, so you're rolling the carpet across the floor. This is the exercise, fisherman cast the net. As you go forwards, with your weight settling into your feet, and that's when your arms swing past your knees. When you go back, settle into your hips, and again, that's when your arms will swing back. Remember those movements you felt earlier, your ribs and your chest, they will help the movement of your arms. Easy and gently. Be careful not to overextend your arms. This time, go forwards, leave your arms out in front, push with your feet, let your hips sink back so you draw your arms over as though you're rolling the ball in towards your chest, straight down to your sides. Once again, forwards, arms swinging over, so your arms are sliding over a ball. Once again, coming over. Final time. And then letting your hands drop down just in front of you, palms forwards as much as possible, pushing a wave, pushing the boat. Neither of those images work for you. Imagine pushing a supermarket trolley very carefully, using still that movement of your body forwards and backwards to make sure that the full strength of your body comes in behind your arms. Shoulders and arms and hands stay very smooth in their movement. Do one more of these. And this time when you come back, roll your hands into a hollow fist like you're holding on to a feather. As before, your body's still moving, but now your arms rotating. Nice and smoothly. Last time, you open your fingers, turn your hands out, wind them around, similar to when we were rolling the hands around the pillar and then pressing forwards. The moment our weight is actively moving from hips to feet, alternately, and that's moving the body horizontally. We'll do this one more time. And now, bringing your weight back to the original position, going into the exercise, rooting down. Now it's a push with both feet and hips, as though you're pushing the ball up and then change your mind and try and let your whole weight drop down, pressing the ball down as though it was a ball in water. Push up, notice your hips and your feet pressing downwards to get the expansion through the upper part of your body. Remember, moving within the space that's available. Don't force or strain any movement, but rather focus on that quality of internal movement, smooth, uninhibited. One more time, expanding and contracting. Hands dropping down just a little out to the sides, palms down, the wild goose. Same as before, your body expanding from the ground upwards, but now your arms out to your sides. Imagine the bird in flight. Start to use these images, help reinforce this overlapping bond between mind and body. Always very gently. One more time. Now go a little bit forwards. Let your hands pass in front of your knees and cross back to the original position and push up. This time, like you're painting a circle with your fingers, parting the clouds. Don't make it too big a circle. You should always feel as though you have room for a little more movement to keep that feeling of space and awareness of the internal flow. Let your hands drop down to your sides. Dragon plucks the stars from the sky. Push up gently through one side. Don't strain your arm. So you're going to pluck an apple off a tree. A gentle twist and pull down. Take your time. Transfer your attention to the opposite side of your body. Same thing on the opposite side. Reaching up and pulling down. Change sides without hurrying. Feel the movement up from your hip, through the side of your body and your ribs to your shoulder. Shoulder to elbow. Your elbow to your wrists. Your wrists to your fingers. Do one more. Keep the same rhythm, same action in your feet and your hips. Just bring your hands around in front, fingers pointing towards each other. Push up again, and this time let your arms turn like you're just pressing up gently against the low ceiling. And back down. Repeat that, but let your elbows drop. So now you end up pushing sideways, like you're stretching out an elastic band. Pushing up for the lengthening in your back. And here, feel your back broaden. One more round. Push out, extend one foot, just a little bit. Turn your hands down, fingers pointing forward, scoop in the sea, and then sit back carefully, let your hips drop back, drawing your head up a little bit, watching the sky. So you're going to scoop water up in your arms, and then you throw the water back over your head. Very, very carefully with your back and your shoulders. You will feel a gentle stretch through the back of your leg and the lower part of your back. One more time. Now, as your hands come down, you push forward, and this time, let your head go up, hands come over, grasping the tiger's ears. Back down, once again, grasping the tiger's ears. Try and bring your hands level with your own ears, but no higher. Look between your hands. Look the tiger in the eyes. Change over, and again, scooping the sea, looking at the sky. Again, always feel that you could have moved a little bit further to preserve the space within your body for the flow, for the energy, to move with a sense of harmony and balance. And again, change to grasping the tiger's ears. Last time, sit back, bring your foot back to the original sitting position. And we'll try something a little bit more challenging. Moving your weight forwards and backwards, but this time, very carefully with a turn from your hips. And the arm on that side that you're turning to, just use the movement to push your hand out as though you're handing somebody a cup of tea. Shoulder first, then your elbow, so you're squeezing through a gap. Try the same thing on the other side. Go forwards and turn, shoulder, elbow, and finally your hand. Hand should go no higher than shoulder height. Always feel comfortable in your movements. Now this time, leave your hand up, come back, so you draw your hand across your chest, bring your other hand back into the movement, hold a ball, move across. Turn a little bit so your hands are now in front of your hips, go forwards, push out in the same way with the bottom hand, push the top hand straight down to a point in front of the hip, come back, hold the ball, move across to your opposite side, turn your body a little bit and repeat on the other side. This is parting the wild horse's mane. Follow as best you can. One more time on each side. And then rest your hands. Take a few moments just to check your posture. Make sure that you're comfortable in your chair. With your hips sinking down, weight divided between your hips and your legs and your feet. Shoulders dropping down, your rib cage dropping down. Nice and calm. Nice and quiet. Your hands drop down to your sides and embrace the tiger, return to the mountain. Push your hands out, bring them around as though you're holding a ball against your chest. Draw in, feel that sense of coming back to your own center. Feel how you do that, whether it's physical feeling of your hips dropping, your shoulders dropping, this image of coming back to the mountain with its stillness and its strength. Find the pathway back to that quiet, calm feeling that we associate with Tai Chi. And rest. I hope that's been useful to you. Thank you very much for your time and for watching. Happy to hear any feedback you care to give me on this. And look out for the next range of classes. I look forward to seeing you all again. Bye now.